Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82, and in this ASMR football and soccer video I'm going to be looking at all of the results from last weekend in all of the major leagues right around the world, so not just in Europe but also in Asia and the Americas as well. We're going to start off with Italian Serie A, then we're going to take a little look at the Bundesliga, Eredivisie in the Netherlands, Super League in Turkey, Allsvenskan in Spain, Sweden, LaLiga in Spain, and we'll look at the French, Scottish, Belgian, all those leagues as well. So I've added all the leagues you asked, and I'm hoping this can be a nice, long, calm, quiet video to help you fall asleep. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So yeah, do, because I'll forget to say later, if you enjoy the video and you're not asleep at the end, then don't forget to click like and subscribe and all those thingamybobbies. Okay, we ready? Should we get going? So, top of the league, Inter. Milan, despite being crushed by Inter the other week, are second, joint on points. It says that Inter are playing right now, actually. Oh, they're losing at home to Sassuolo. I watched Sassuolo the other day and I thought they were so impressive. Who were they playing? Oh, they beat Juventus. Yeah, so Sassuolo are having a little bit of a... Well, when Berardi is fit. You know, the only reason Berardi plays for Sassuolo, to be honest, and not Juve or Inter or AC Milan, is the fact that he can't stay fit. When he plays, he is insanely good. Okay, so let's look at the results from the weekend then, exclusively. So Friday, Salernitana drew with Frosinone, 1-1. Lecce, having a fantastic season so far, beating Genoa 1-0. The goal there coming from Udan. Then we've got Milan beating Verona 1-0 with a goal from, guess who, Rafael Leao. Sassuolo, like I said, beat Juventus 4-2. Chiesa did get back in the goals, but Loriente was very good. Berardi, like I said, Pinamonti and Gatti with an own goal. Actually, 2 own goals. That own goal was absolutely ridiculous, though. Szczesny passed it out to Gatti from the edge of the box, and Gatti just literally kicked it into his own net. The keeper was obviously not there, he passed it to him. Just absolute stupidity. And Lazio still can't get a win. Immobile's penalty cancelled out by Gagliardini. Monza drawing with Lazio. And then Empoli losing at home to Inter, goal from Di Marco. Atalanta winning at home to Cagliari 2-0. Udinese losing at home to Fiorentina 2-0. Quarta and Bonaventura. Bologna, I did watch the first half, but to be honest, nothing happened. It's a bit of a ball draw. Drew with Napoli 0-0, and right at the death, to cancel out Lukaku's goal, Zapata scoring. He's such an experienced goal scorer in Serie A. Brilliant acquisition for Torino from Atalanta. 1-1, stopping Roma getting the away win, which I wasn't really predicting for Roma. I did feel that a draw was fair. Right then, that's Serie A. Let's look at Bundesliga. So unpredictably, very predictably, Bayern are top, but Leverkusen, as I state, are making this title challenge, shall we say, this year. Keeping up with them so far, Stuttgart, lovely to see such a massive club not in a relegation battle for once. And Leipzig, Hoffenheim, but then Dortmund, slow starters, starting to pick up a little bit of momentum. Friday, Stuttgart beat Darmstadt 3-1. Goals from Milot and 2 from Girassi. And then Augsburg beat Mainz 2-1. Bayern beat Bochum 7-0. Choupo-Moting, Kane, hat-trick, De Ligt, Sané and Tell. That Tell is very good, isn't he? Dortmund beating Wolfsburg 1-0. Goal from Marco Reus. And then Mönchengladbach losing at home to Leipzig, who I predicted to make the title challenge this year. Timo Werner with a goal. Hoffenheim won away at Berlin. Wow, 2-0 Kramaric and Bayer. And lastly, Werder Bremen beating Cologne Köln, with goals from Borré and Jinma, 2-1. And on Sunday, Leverkusen beat Heidenheim 4-1. Boniface, 2 goals, Hoffmann and Adli. And lastly, Frankfurt had a draw with Freiburg, probably about right for 2 teams that will hope to be getting in the top 4 this year. Okay, some of you asked me to look at the second Bundesliga and pointed out how many massive teams are down in this league at the minute. What a strong league it is. I cannot believe my Schalke, one of my favourite teams in Germany, along with Cologne, are down in the relegation spots of the second league. How awful. I'm sure Dortmund fans are just as upset. Magdeburg drawing with Paderborn 1-1. Osnabrück beating Hamburg. Hamburger SV 2-1. Eintracht Braunschweig drawing with Nuremberg 2-2. Goals from Nuremberg from Okunuki and Gola. Uja with the 2 goals for Braunschweig. Wien Wiesbaden losing at home to Elversberg 2-0. St. Pauli beating Schalke 3-1. HaAl and 2 goals from him, and Buchalfa cancelling out Polter's goal. And then on Sunday, Düsseldorf drawing with Hanover. Holstein Kiel losing home to Hertha Berlin 3-2. Prevliak, Buchalikis and Ries with the goals for Hertha Berlin, and Kaiserslautern beating Hansa Rostock 3-1. I've actually looked at my subscribers and ordered them in order of who watches me from which countries. So we're looking at the Eredivisie in the Netherlands next. PSV, who I've said from day one are going to have the title this year, top. We're Feyenoord, current champions, down in 4th. But there was a little bit of a problem with Ajax on the weekend. Shall we have a little look at what happened? Oh God. So, could someone... Did they play the game from scratch again, or did they... Okay, let me explain. On the weekend, Ajax playing at home, who are so upset with the situation of the club, the way it's been run, the player sales, the lack of recruitment, the lack of leadership, in a club which has always had such a structurally sound base. And they're unhappy. They came 3rd in the league last year, so they haven't got Champions League football. Then, great rivals Feyenoord from Rotterdam down the road come to their home stadium in the first half, for beating them 3-0. But the Ajax fans started to riot in their own stadium and threw flares and fireworks onto the pitch, I read. And the game was abandoned on the weekend. So it's being replayed today. I find it difficult to believe that they were winning 3-0 and then they started the entire game again and won 4-0. So I'm just going to see if I can match it. No, it's actually been moved entirely down to there, so... Because they were supposed to be playing Volendam. Well, Ajax fans and Feyenoord fans tell me, is this a fresh, completely different game, 4-0 from scratch? Or did they make you play it from whenever it was cancelled, like in the beginning of the second half? Ajax in big trouble this year. They won't get relegated or anything, but God, they need to get some better structure at the board. Top down. Go Ahead Eagles beat Fortuna Sittard 3-0. Volendam Heracles 2-2. Nijmegen Utrecht 3-0 to Nijmegen. Wow. Almere City lost at home to PSV 4-0. Goals from Til. Oh, who's Til? Brilliant player. Lozano, love him as well. Veerman and Pepe. And Excelsior winning away in Heerenveen 3-0. Sparta Rotterdam beating Vitesse 1-0. Alkmaar beating Zwolle 3-0. And Waalwijk beating Twente 1-0. And just to complete the bill, we're not really doing midweek results, but PSV also won today. 2 goals from De Jong and another from Guus Til. Okay, let's look at the Super Lig in Turkey. Galatasaray are top, unbeaten. Fenerbahce also unbeaten with a game in hand. But surprisingly, Adana Demirspor in third, Rizespor in fourth, Besiktas down in sixth, Trabzonspor seventh. Also, Başakşehir down in 17th. They had Champions League football a couple of years ago. Fixtures. Friday, Gaziantep beat Istanbulspor 2-0. Saturday, Pendikspor drew with Fatih Karagümrük 1-1. Rizespor drew with Sivasspor. Antalyaspor beat Samsunspor. And battle in Istanbul. Başakşehir lost at home to Galatasaray. Dubois, but then goals from Ziyech and Icardi. That was a penalty. Tete, man of the match. He was fantastic in the Champions League the other day. And on Sunday, Ankaragücü drawing with Konyaspor, 1-1. Beşiktaş beating Kayserispor, 2-1. Abubakar, brilliant. And Oxlade-Chamberlain with a cancelling out a goal from Mane. And Fenerbahce also won, 1-0 away, Kahveci with the goal. Kasım Pasha beating Adana Demirspor 2-1, and Hatayspor beating Trabzonspor 3-2. Wow. Okay, that's Turkey. Let's go to Sweden. Malmö are top. Now, I did say that they would get there when they were hanging around in second, and I do love being right, so I'm quite happy about that. Häcken down in third. Elfsborg dropped from top down to second. So, Saturday, Malmö won away at Degerfors 2-1. Vecchia and Penna with the goals. Brommapojkarna drawing with Norrköping 2-2. AIK finally get a win in the derby against Djurgården. Pitas with 2 goals. Mjällby lost at home to Göteborg 1-0. Kalmar beat Häcken 1-0. And Varberg lost at home to Hammarby 1-0. Goal from Erabi. And on Monday, Elfsborg beat Halmstads 1-0. Goal from Abdullahi. And Sirius beat Värnamo 1-0 as well. Let me just see where. Kalmar having a good season. Djurgården 4th. And that win for AIK has taken them out of the relegation zone. Interessant. Let's go to La Liga. So one of you subscribers said, can you talk a little bit more about Girona, please? I'm going to have to, because they are top of La Liga. Some people won't even know where Girona is in Spain. Girona is in Catalonia, not far from Barcelona. But they have absolutely, historically, their next match is against Real Madrid, no right to be this high in the league. That is sensational. Let's see, have they got any famous players that I would know? Gazzaniga, former Spurs. Defenders Bernardo Daly, Blint. Oh, wow. David Lopez, Christian Porto. Borja Garcia. Yangel Herrera, don't know him. Prima Kebe, Pablo Torre. Don't know many of their players. Tuani, I know. Oh, Tsigankov, what a player. He is fantastic. Oh, and Dovbik. Yankuto Savio. Okay, so they do have a couple of players up front that definitely I recognise. How is Tsigankov doing for you this year? 4 goals in 25 appearances. Yeah, his stats are pretty decent. Yeah, very good. He should be scoring a little bit more, I guess, but if he gets assists as well, that's all that matters. Okay. I was really shocked that Girona got him. I thought with his sort of wonder kid status that he'd have gone to, say, a side in Italy or even a Barcelona or someone. He's that good. Okay, Ligue 1. Oh my god, what is going on in Ligue 1? Now, I did say that PSG are going to struggle a little bit this season and not run away with it as usual. Nice are performing, they're not overperforming, they're performing how they should be. They had too many draws last year, but they didn't lose that much after their new manager came in. He's brilliant. What is this about Brest? Wow, top of the league. I'm just thinking, would I even recognise anyone in their team? No, I don't think I know any single person. Ah, Steve Mounier used to play for Huddersfield, I think, didn't he? Wow, okay. Well done to you, Brest. Friday, Nice beat Monaco in the South Coast Derby. Boga with a goal. Oh, Boga's gone there, is he? Good player. Nantes beating Lorient 5-3. Brest beating Lyon. Lyon struggling this year. Mounier with that goal. Metz losing on to Strasbourg. Le Havre beating Clermont 2-1. Lens finally winning, this time against Toulouse. Saïd and Guilavogui. Maybe their form from Europe will help them out in the league. And Montpellier drawing with Rennes. PSG hammering Marseille in Le Classique. Hakimi Mouani and 2 from Ramos finally gets his first goals in a PSG shirt. And then on Tuesday, Reims won away at Lille. Tarami and Nakamura with the goals, cancelling out Andre. Is it Andre? Is that his name? Am I thinking of the right person? There is a player called Andre. Oh, I don't know if that's him then. Benjamin Andre. Okay, where do we go next? LaLiga, Ligue 1. Scotland. Celtic atop, St Mirren second, Rangers third. So, results were Celtic beating Livingston 3-0, goals from Hatate, O'Reilly and Maeda, the Japanese contingent. Dundee drawing with Killie 2-2. Hibs beating St Johnstone 2-0, Miller and Vent. St Mirren beating Hearts 1-0, Strain with the goal, having a brilliant season. Aberdeen hammering Ross County 4-0, Milovski, Duke and McGrath. And Rangers beating Motherwell, Dessers. I know, I got a thing on my phone to say that Rabbi Matondo got the assist, because I follow him. He's having a fantastic season. He better be picked for the Welsh team when we could call up. Belgium, Gent are top, Anderlecht are second, Bruges are third, Saint-Gilloise are hanging in there, they're in fourth. Current champions Antwerp down in fifth. Obviously didn't have a great midweek against Barcelona, but I'm sure they'll continue to do well in the league. Friday, Standard Liège drew with Westerlo 0-0. Charleroi beating Kortrijk 1-0. Mechelen losing at home to Leuven 2-1. Antwerp drew with Molenbeek 0-0. Genk drew with Sint-Truiden 3-3. Janus, Arokadere and Paintsel, and a hat-trick from Koita. Sint-Truiden, another team with lots of Japanese players, if I remember correctly. Let's have a quick look. Hashioka, Ito, Yamatomo, 1, 2, 3. Suzuki, 4. Yeah, loads of... I actually thought Koita was a Japanese name for a second. Cercle Bruges losing home to Union Saint-Gilloise 2-0. Amoura with the 2 goals. Anderlecht drawing with Club Brugge. Dolberg, he's up and scoring, I said he would, and Olsen. And Gent beat Eupen, Cas Eupen 2-1. Kums and Tissou Dali. Archie Brown, man of the match. Oh, English, centre-back. Interesting. Okay, that... Oh, sorry, I forgot one. There was one more at the bottom. It was... Oh, I think it was from today, actually. Today, Gent and Antwerp 0-0. Okay, where do we go next? We're going to Denmark. Copenhagen, København, top of the league. 3 points away are Silkeborg, North Zealand 4, as well are Brøndby. Okay, fixtures. Friday, Lyngby drew with Vejle Boldklub 1-1. København beat Brøndby away So that's the local derby, isn't it? Gonçalves and Barri, 2 goals. Radosevic and Juanfo, with the 2 goals for Brøndby. Silkeborg beat Viborg 2-0, goals from Lind. And then Randers drew at home to Aarhus 1-1. Midtjylland beat Odense 2-1. And the Norse Jylland drew with the one I can't pronounce. Vidar 0-0. They are bottom of the league, so that's a bit of a shock. Portugal. Sporting still top, but Porto catching up. Benfica only a point away. Boa Vista in 4th. Braga down in 6th. Matches. Friday, Famalicão beat Arouca 1-0. Estoril drew with Vizela 2-2. Moreirense beat Farense 1-0. Casa Pia drew with Vitória de Guimarães. Porto beat Gil Vicente 2-1. Jaime and Estacio. Oh, Estacio, the Canadian, he's good. And Chaves drew with Estrela da Amadora 2-2. Portimonense lost at home to Benfica, goals from Ba, Musa and Neres, to cancel out Varela's goal. And Braga beat Boa Vista 4-1. Horta with 2 goals, Bansa and Musrati. Moraes with the goal for Boa Vista. Sporting beat Rio Ave on Monday night, Paulinho and Edwards with the goals. Let's go to Russia. Krasnodar are still top. That doesn't surprise me too much, but the fact that Krylia-Sovetov is second does shock me. Zenit, perennial champions of Russia. They are the Bayern Munich of Russia. They're in 3rd only, and Spartak, my team, are in 4th. Results of the weekend were as such. On Saturday, Krylia-Sovetov beat Sochi 2-1. Baltika beat Akhmat 1-0. In the derby, Bongonda, who came from Belgium, is doing brilliantly. He scored the goal for Spartak to beat Dinamo. Any red cards? Surprisingly not. Not even Sobolev. And Nizhny Novgorod beat Orenburg 3-1. Lokomotiv won away in Zenit in St. Petersburg. Kasierra with a goal for Zenit, but Lokomotiv's Glushenkov and Tiknizian with the goals. Krasnodar beat Ural 2-0. Filipenko on goal and Lenini. And Rostov drew with CSK 3-3. Rubin got a vital win with Vada's goal over Fakel away. Poland. Legia Warszawa, after that brilliant win in Europe in the midweek, are top, but they have played 1 fewer game. Yes, no, Rakov and Czestochowa can't catch them yet. Slask are in 2nd, they're doing well. On Friday, Korona Kielce 1-0 with Widzew Łódź. LKS Łódź drew with Jagiellonia. Białystok 2-0. Radomir Radom drew with Puszcza 1-1. Swask beat Piast 1-0. Goal from Leva. Cracovia lost at home big to Pogoń Szczecin 5-1. And Lech Poznań beat Stal Mielec 2-1. Goals from Velde and Marchwinski. Zagłębie Lubin beat Warta Poznań 1-0. Ruch lost at home to Rakov. Czestochowa 5-3. Goals from Drachal with a hat-trick. Plavsic and Kochergin. And lastly, Legia Warszawa beat Górnik Zabrze 2-1. Goals from Pekat and Stalek. And they have won again today in the midweek fixture 4-3. Right, who's next? We've done Portugal, we're going to Greece, everyone. Olympiacos top, PAOK 2nd, Panathinaikos 3rd, AK down in 5th. Right then. Crete drew with Atromitos 1-1. Paseraikos beat Lamia 2-0. Olympiakos beat Kifisia 4-0. Kabi Podenza Jovetic and Iborra. Aris Thessaloniki beat Panetolikos 3-0. Volos lost at home to Asteras 2-1, and PAOK won away at Giannina 3-1. 2 goals from Konstanteljas and 1 from Zivkovic. And ALK won away at Panathinaikos. Ooh, derby time. Zuba and Pinenda cancelling out Juricic's goal. Okay, Czech Republic, Czechia next. The battle at the top goes on between the two Prague teams, and Victoria Pilsen is trying to catch up. Okay. On Saturday, Baník Ostrava beat Zlín 5-1. Mladé Boleslav with an away win at České Buděje 2-1. Slovácko beat Karviná at home 2-0. Slovan Liberec drew with Teplice 3-3. Bohemians beat Sigma Olomouc 3-2. Hradec Králové beat Jablonec 1-0. Victoria Pilsen beat Pardubice 6-2. Some goals there from Kalvach, Dway and Hranac. And the derby happened on the weekend. Jurecka and Haraslín. 100th minute penalty. Wow, Sparta Prague, you left it late. Any red cards? Yeah, Gracie and Boril. Love a derby. Okay, we're going to go to Switzerland then. Zurich are still top. St. Gallen are second, Young Boys third. But Bâle having a terrible season, down in 11th, would you believe? Okay, Saturday, Lausanne drew with Zurich 0-0, Winterthur beating Stade Lausanne-Ouchy 2-1, Grasshopper St. Gallen 1-0. Yverdon, oh gosh, Yverdon beat Bâle 3-2. Goals from Tassar, Liseiro, Mayus, Malone and Augustine for Bâle. Young Boys beat Lugano 4-1, and Same with 2 goals. He's a good young talent, isn't he? Very fast. Monteiro and Lustenberger. And there were midweek games, we won't look at them today. Okay, let's head to Norway. Viking still top, Bodø/Glimt second and Tromsø third. Quite a way into this league because it's a summer league. Saturday saw Arlesund draw with Stabæk 1-1. Bodø/Glimt beat Vålerenga 4-2. On the Sunday, Pellegrino with 4 goals for Pellegrino. Amal Pellegrino, take your hat off. HamKam drew with Sarpsborg 1-1. Lillestrøm beat Rosenborg 3-0. Odd beat Haugesund 1-0. Strømsgodset drew with Molde 1-0. Goals from Melkersen and Eikrem. Viking beat Sandefjord 4-3. Goals from Delanley, 2 from Salvesen and 1 from Adebenro. And Brann beat Tromsø 2-1. That takes us on to the Northern Ireland Premier League. Linfield are top, Cliftonville second, Larne third. So, games on Friday and Saturday. Glentoran lost at home to Coleraine 2-1. Larne beat Carrick Rangers 4-1. Newry and Dungannon Swifts 2-2. Ballymena lost at home to Cliftonville 2-0. Crusaders beat Glenavon 2-0. Goals from Heatley and Lowry, with a red card for Glenavon. And someone tell me if I'm saying it right, Loughgall lost home to Linfield 2-0. 2 goals from Scott. That takes us into the Republic of Ireland. Shamrock Rovers are top. Remember, this is again a summer league, so they're in the 31st fixture. So games were on Friday. Yeah, Friday. Droda drew with Bohemian 0-0. Shelbourne beating Cork 2-1. Sligo beating Derry 1-0 with a goal from Radosavljevic. St Patrick's Athletic beating Dundalk 3-1. And UCD drawing with Shamrock Rovers. That's a derby, isn't it, in Dublin? 0-0. Oh wow, 80% possession from Shamrock Rovers. They'll be disappointed not to get a win. Okay. And the Welsh Premier. TNS still top, but Connah's Quay trying to keep up with them. Penapont having a brilliant season in third. I'm really disappointed to see Haverfordwest on the bottom, unfortunately, as well as Aberystwyth and Barry. Okay. Games were Friday and Saturday. Cardiff Met lost at home, hammered by TNS 5-1. Williams 2 from Young, Clark and Porbell. Aberystwyth lost home to Penabont 2-1. Barrytown did win though, 3-1 to Bala. Colwyn Bay lost at home to Newtown 4-2. Haverfordwest lost again. Unfortunately, I hope they don't sack the manager. He's a lovely Swansea boy. 3-1. Connah's Quay obviously chasing the title. Nash, Franklin and Stratoulis. Wilson with the only goal, but there was a red card for the home side. Carnarvon beat Pontypridd 1-0. Okay, some requests then. We've got Romania. I think I did this last week, but it's still here. Bucharest are top. FC Steaua and Cluj are now in second. They've climbed up a little bit from last week. Let's see how they got there. So Friday and Saturday, was it? So Steaua drew away to Hermannstadt 2-2. Compagno with 2 goals for the away team. Craiova lost at home to Oțelul Galați 2-0. Dinamo Bucharest lost at home to Faro Costanța. Voluntari lost at home to Politehnica Iași 2-1. Potosani 2-2 with Arad. And the two universities against each other. Cluj against Craiova 1-1. Goals from Nistor and Bancu. Austria Bundesliga. Salzburg top. Sturm Graz second. Lask third. Austria Vienna down in 10th. Shocker. Games on Saturday and Sunday. Salzburg lost at home to Linz 1-0. Goal from Ronivaldo. Austria Klagenfurt beat Austria Lustenau 1-0. Tirol lost at home to Wolfsberger, who needs points, 3-2. Altach beat Austria Vienna 2-1. Lask and Hartburg 0-0. Rapid Vienna and Sturm Graz 1-1. Goals from Schnegg and Prass. Okay, so I've added quite a few new ones based on your requests. We've got Croatia for the first time, everyone. And Hajduk Split are top. Dinamo Zagreb is actually third, Rijeka in second. So matches were on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Osijek drew 1-1 with Varazdin. Istra lost at home to Gorica 1-0. Hajduk Split beat Lokomotiva 1-0, goal from Sahiti. Slavin lost at home to Rijeka 1-0, goal from Galasic. And Dinamo Zagreb beat Rudes 5-1, goals from Dermich with a hat-trick, Emreli and Vidovic. First appearance for Israel's Liga HaAl, Ligat HaAl, Maccabi Tel Aviv and HaPoel Haifa at the top there, after just 4 games. Matches were on Saturday. So Petach Tikva beating Be'er Sheva 1-0. HaPoel Hadera lost at home to HaPoel Haifa 2-1. Ashdod and Maccabi Petach Tikva 1-1. Goals from Robertson and Handy. HaPoel Jerusalem 1-1 with Maccabi Netanya, and Maccabi Bnei Raina beat Beitar Jerusalem 2-1. Oh my gosh, big derby on Tuesday, and it was very one-sided. Hapoel Tel Aviv lost at home to Maccabi Tel Aviv 5-0. 2 goals from Peretz, 1 from Biton, Zahavi and Turgeman. Is that the Biton? They used to play near Biton, yeah it is. Used to play for Celtic. Okay. So that is Israel. Another request, North Macedonia. I said I would include it. You asked and I put them in. Shkendia are top. Struga and Shkupi are next. Matches were on Sunday. Prera Strumica 1-0 with Silex. Struga beat Rabotnitsky 1-0, goal from Kamberi. Vardar Skopje lost at home to Gostivari 2-0. Tikves Kavadarci won against Bregalnica Stip 2-1. Shkendia beat Macedonia 1-0, goal from Chinari. And Voska Sport lost at home to Shkupi 3-2. Struga won away at Voska Sport as well, so they're not having a great time. Okay, and before I made the video, someone said, could you please add the Azerbaijani League? And my answer almost every single time I get asked is, yeah, sure, why not? Zira are top. This particular person who asked me is a Karabakh supporter, I believe. And I'm quite shocked to see Neftchi down in 6th. Matches were on Saturday and Sunday, so Sumakayet 0-0 with Tovan Toulouse. Zira drawing with Neftchi 1-1, goals from Aliyev and Yuri. Sabah drew with Kapaz 2-2, and Sabail beat Araz 1-0. Kabala lost home to Karabakh 2-1, goals from Afriko, Keita and Ahundzadze. Oh, there's a red card as well for Kevin Medina. Okay, we'll leave Europe, then we'll head to Asia, because it's Australia, but they play in the Asian Confederation, so, but they haven't played yet, so we won't go to Australia, but I'm ready. Friday, 20th of October, you'll see your beloved A-League in the results videos from then on, okay? Which leaves us with Saudi Arabia. Al-Ittihad are top, Al-Hilal are second, Al-Tawun really overachieving. They didn't really have these big buys that everybody else did. Steven Gerrard's Al-Ittifaq are 4th, Ronaldo's Al-Nasser are 5th, and Firmino's Al-Ahli are 6th. They lost the derby. So on Thursday, Al-Ittifaq beat Al-Attai 4-3. Al-Tawun beat Al-Rayed 2-1. Al-Hilal could only get a draw away to Damak. Malcolm with the goal. Did Neymar play? Neymar did play, but he didn't have a very good game, and neither did Mitrovic. Al-Ittihad beat Al-Fateh 2-1. Al-Shabaab, a second win now in quick succession. 4-1 winners against Al-Hazim. Al-Khalij won away at Akhdud. Al-Fayha won away at Riyadh. They've not been doing well in the Asian Champions League, though, unfortunately. Al-Nasser it was a crazy game. 4-3 against Al-Ahli. 2 goals for Ronaldo. 2 goals from Talisca, another stunner from him. 2 in as many games, he was man of the match. Al-Ahli with goals from Kessier. Penalty from Riyad Mahrez and Al-Buraykan. Did they buy Al-Buraykan? Yeah, they did. He's a very good purchase. From Al-Fateh, I think. And then Al-Wehda beat Abha Club 4-0. Okay, let's head to the Americas then, before we finish this video. So we've got MLS League in the States. Liga MX in Mexico, Premier League in Canada, Serie A and B of Brazil, Liga Profesional of Argentina, and Primera División of Chile. Cincinnati still top by a country mile over Orlando. They've booked their place in the playoffs basically. Toronto having a mare, 10 points away from Inter Miami. And in the Western Division, St. Louis still top again, miles away from LAFC, last year's overall champions. Colorado are down the bottom there by quite a way. LA Galaxy just above them. Okay, matches on Sunday then. Atalanta beating Montreal 4-1. Goals from Silva, Almada, Giacomakis and Mosquera. DC losing at home to New York Red Bulls 3-5. 5-3 I should say. Cincinnati with a 3-0 win over Charlotte. Barreal, Bupenza and Acosta. Philly could only draw with LAFC 0-0. Chicago 2, New England 2. Dallas drew 1-1 with Columbus, 1-1. Minnesota lost home to St. Louis 2-1. Klaus and Blom with the goals. Sporting Kansas beat Houston 2-1. Salt Lake beat Vancouver 2-1. Goals from Vera and Glad. Portland beat Colorado 3-2. Anthony, Moreno and Mora cancelling out Rubio and Gutman. San Jose Earthquakes drawing with Nashville 1-1. And New York FC 3-0 winners over Toronto. Goals from Perea, Yason and Fernandez. And on Monday, the Florida derby, Orlando against Inter Miami, Maguire and Ruiz with the goals for each 1-1. And Austin drew with LA Galaxy 3-3. Ring, Finley, Rigoni, Puig, Jovelic and Barrios. Vamos a Mexico. Well, I'm still shocked that San Luis are top. Well done to them. America catching up. Tigres, my club, in 3rd. Juarez in 4th. Monterrey still not doing great, down in 9th. Chivas in 7th. Toluca in 8th. León in 11th. And yeah, that shows Cruz Azul down in 17th. What's going on? And Puebla in 18th. Crikey, some big teams at the bottom. Okay. Let's have a look then. Saturday and Sunday. Or one Monday. San Luis beating Mazatlan 3-2. Goals from Gemes, Leo and Vitinho. Juarez actually lost though. They were 2-1 losers at home to Atlas. Universidad Nacional beat Puebla 2-0. Chivas and Pachuca 0-0. León beat Tijuana 1-0. Tigres, oh gosh, that's a big game. 3-0 winners. So the Frenchman Gignac scored 2, he's still going, and Lainez was just joined from the Netherlands, I think, isn't he? Carioca still there, Lainez. Did he play for PSV? Oh no, it was Real Betis he played for, sorry. I was thinking of someone else. Javi Aquino. Basically, I used to just cheat and buy him on career mode on FIFA. His pace was just insane. Toluca drew with America 1-1, Valdez and Araujo. And Cruz Azul losing at home to Querétaro 3-1, Rotondi, but Sandoval, Zuniga and Cordero. And then Santos, Necaxa, 2 to Santos, but 5 to Necaxa, helps them out a lot. And lastly, Chivas losing at home to Mazatlan, 3-1, Alvarado, Benedetti, Barcenas and Bello. Let's pop to Canada. Cavalry, top, Forge, 2nd, Pacific, 3rd. Okay, matches look to be on Saturday and Sunday. So York lost home to Cavalry 1-0, goal from Camargo. Vancouver beating Wanderers 2-1, goals from Bitar and Nimic. Forge beat Pacific 3-1 with goals from Rama, Pacius and Hamilton. And Atletico Ottawa lost at home to Vala 1-0, goal from Ponce. South America then. Serie A Brasileirao. Botafogo. Have they finished? No, they haven't finished. Botafogo are top. Palmeiras second. Grêmio third. Flamengo dropping right away though. They were second, third for a time, and now they're down in seventh. They wouldn't even qualify for the cup if they do that. They won't get into the Libertadores. Wow, that's shocking. Red Bull Bragantino, Fluminense and Paranaense having great seasons this year. Some big clubs down here though. Atlético, Cruzeiro, Internacional, Sao Paulo, Vasco da Gama, who are out of the relegation zones for the first time in a while, and Santos. And let's have a look at these matches then. Okay, they were kind of all over the place. Let's go with... It's harder to do on this version of the app. I'd like to do the round. Okay, let's just do from Tuesday then. So Bahia lost at home to Santos. So Santos have got some points, 2-1. Corinthians 4, Grêmio 4. Goals from Santos, Verissimo, Alberto, Juliano, Nathan, Cristaldo, Everton and Suarez. How was that? Luis Suarez. I think he plays for Grêmio, doesn't he? Yeah, it is Luis Suarez. And America lost at home to Red Bull 2-0. Goiás drew with Flamengo 0-0. Fluminense beat Cruzeiro 1-0 with a goal from Fernandes. Sao Paulo lost at home to Fortaleza 2-1. Vasco da Gama with a very important win 5-1 over Curitiba. Gabriel, Rossi, Vergetti and Peck. And Atlético Paranaense beating Internacional 2-1, goal from Eric and Santana. Grêmio beat Palmeiras 1-0 with a goal from Pedro. And Corinthians beat Botafogo. At the top, Gil with the goal. And then back around to Atlético Mineiro, my club, 1-0 winners over Cuiabá, Paulinho with a goal, who used to play for Bayer Leverkusen, I think. And América Mineiro lost at home to Vasco da Gama 1-0, goal from Jair, right at the death. Quick look at Serie B. Vitória top, Sport Recife, Novo Horizontino. But so trying to look, sometimes there's some massive clubs in here. Ponte Preta, Botafogo, Vila Nova, Atlético Go. Okay, latest results. Atlético Go beat Criciúma 3-1. Ituaíno lost at home to Vitória 2-0. Chapecoense drawing with Ceará 1-1. CRB beating Guarani 1-0. Tombense drawing with Botafogo 0-0. Sport Recife beating Londrina 4-0. Goals from Jorginho, La Bandeira, Michel and Mateus. And Avaí losing home to Juventude 2-0. I can't even say this word, Novo Horizontino beating ABC 2-1, Ailon and Marlon with the goals. And Liga Professional has finished, hasn't it? We found that out before, so we'll keep that on there. See if I can find the cup very quickly though. See how that's going. Copa Argentina. So they haven't played for a little while, and the next games are coming up next week, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Is there another cup they're playing? Super Cup? Copa de la Liga Profesional? Yes, they played this one. So many different cups, I don't get the system in South America. Okay. Saturday, Friday, River Plate beat Atlético Tucumán 1-0. Rondon, oh, is that Salman Rondon? Yes, it is. Former Everton. Gimnasia beat Rosario Central 2-1. Boca drew with Lanús 1-1. Jansson and Diaz with the goals. Who's Jansson? Oh, he's an Argentinian, Lucas Jansson. I think he was Dutch. Cavani is playing for Boca. Wow. Ex-PSG. And then we have Cordoba beating Defensa y Justicia 2-0. Huracan beat Vélez 3-0. Independiente drew with Instituto 0-0. Newell's Old Boys lost home to Estudiantes 1-0. Sosa with the only goal. Draw between Tigre and San Lorenzo. Banfield drew with River Plate 1-1. Club Atlético Platense beat Unión 1-0. Sarmiento drew with Belgrano 0-0. Colón beating Juniors 3-1. Godoy Cruz drawing with Racing Club 1-1. Allende and Martinez. And lastly, Atlético Tucumán beating Arsenal Sarandí 1-0, while Talleres beat Barraca Central 4-0. Goals from Desabito, Sosa, Suarez and Galarza. Just before I lose my voice, let's do Chile. Cobresal is top. Are they still playing? Yeah, they are still playing. Huachipato second. Colo Colo, the big club, in third. Palestino, I also know, in fourth. Everton in fifth. And I also know of Universidad Católica, Higgins. Yeah, some big teams in Chile. And the matches were played over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Coquimbo Unido beating Higgins 2-1. Goals from Holgado and Parragués. Palestino beat Unión Española 2-1. Goals from Carrasco and Salas. Curicó Unido lost home to Nublense 3-0, but Colo Colo beat top of the table Cobresal 6-0. Pizarro with 2, Fuentes with 2, different Pizarro with 1, and Joquera un goal. Everton lost home to Huachipato 2-1. Deportes Copiapó beat Universidad de Chile 3-1, and Universidad Católica beat Magallanes 1-0 with a goal from Cuevas. Audax Italiano beating Unión La Calera 2-1. There we are then. Those are all your leagues, and I hope you're fast asleep. Or if you're not, click like, click subscribe, drop me a comment, tell me how your team did this weekend, if you're happy, if you're sad. Give me all the gossip if you're an Ajax fan. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you next week for another video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all my subscribers and everyone who gives a super thanks. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Okay, take care everyone.